this is so dope. A man with a watch looking like he broke the bank, but he promised me he's not. He said he got started from his wife and a pop's watch, face so fat the band had stretch marks. It shines so bright that you can see it from Mars. Man, he blinded me, reflecting headlights from the cars. He's got to be a rapper, baller, or a movie star, but nah, he's too humble to be all of the above. So he said my name is Trap, oh, cause you bees in the trap. Nah, it ain't even like that, and he tilted his bull's cap. Introduced me to his wife, and she had one too. Wrist game so cold that she could build igloos out of nothing. They legit, they even bless their kids. Man, when they all stand in a row, they look like 4 Giotto rims. Tight like Tim's on a New York summer day. I just gotta be down, but he had to set me straight like.
Yo, what's going on, man? Welcome into the show, man. Appreciate you guys being here. Shout out to my man Tony Wolt, man, for making a theme song for me. And shout out to all of the people that are members on this channel. You guys make it happen, man. But most importantly, appreciate everybody. Hey, Scott, I see you come in here. So I just got through watching, what was it? Shop HQ was on. There's a bunch of people over there doing some shopping, looking at watches and stuff like that. But tonight I really wanted to do, this was actually supposed to be content for today. I was supposed to have dropped a video today, but life happens, you know. So what I want to go through today is, I know some of you guys here in the chat that's in here right now already got some of the watches I'm going to be talking about today, but I wanted to dedicate a show, an entire show to Invicta. I haven't done a dedicated Invicta show in a minute because I've been, you know, caught up with some other stuff. But before I get started, today's watch is my Pro Diver, one of my favorite Pro Divers ever, right? I like it. Outside of 1953, which I think that's still the king of the Pro Divers. What I did was I left a link to my Amazon, right? Because I'm an affiliate, right? And it's actually, I posted that because there was some people asking about this watch in previous episodes that I dropped. And what I did was, if you look in the comment, I left this Amazon link. That link, let me start. That link is actually to the NH35 version and the blue version, or the Smurf version of this one, which we have a cruise coming up. There's about 200 Invicta collectors going on a Carnival cruise in about 30 days, man. In about 30 days, we're going to be all together having fun, enjoying each other, man. We're going to be on this cruise for like 6 days. Yeah, man, we got a meet and greet, so it's like a week long. We're going to enjoy ourselves. Now, this was a question that I talked to a collector personally, and the question was, what should I take on a cruise? So I was thinking to myself, I was going to dedicate this whole week to, you know, just showing watches that you may want to take. But I said, you know, I think I can get it done in a day. I don't necessarily have to do a whole week worth of videos unless y'all want it. If you request it, I will do it. But so I have a couple of watches here that's in front of me that I think will fit everybody, right? All different ranges, because it's going to fit a different type of category to each watch. So y'all understand where I'm coming from. So the first watch I'm going to get to, and they're not in no particular order either. Luciano's in here. My brother Vic is in here. Cool Gamer, what's happening? And then for those of you guys that have cruised before, put in the chat, what watches would you recommend for somebody first time cruisers? Because there are a number of first time cruisers going, and it's like, should I bring a bunch? Should I do this? And my recommendation to first time cruisers: enjoy the cruise. If you got, I don't care if you got 500 Invicta watches, don't bring all those watches with you. Don't bring it through the airport. Don't bring your 50 slots and store it underneath the underneath the plane. You may not get them back. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen when those watches come up. If you can't carry that case on with you, don't do it. 8 watches is all you need, and whatever you got on your wrist. If you want to wear 2 watches, do that. I would recommend 8 watches. Or if you got one of those 25 slots, I still wouldn't recommend 25 on your first cruise. Enjoy the cruise. Bring enough watches to match every outfit that you got. So let's jump into today's watch. The first watch I'm going to come is the gearhead. I say the gearhead because it's very unique. And this wasn't Invicta's idea in the beginning. It was Imperius. This was actually an Imperius watch. Invicta bought Imperius, and I don't know when they bought Imperius. I wish I had that information. I don't even know the young man. I just know it was a young. They said it was a young guy. Well, rumor has it there was a young guy that owned this watch company, and it fell under. And Invicta saw it, loved the design. AL bought it. I don't know when though. If somebody had that information, man, I would love for somebody to share that info with me. Gotta wear a Gen 1 Magnum. Okay, so Vic is saying Gen 1 Magnum. I'm gonna tell you this. Oh, I'll tell you in a second. Okay, so with this watch, you have such a deep dial. There is a little bit of distortion when you're looking at it, but it's, of course, if you get in the water with it, which this one is a screw down crown. It's a quartz movement, and you can see the case back. This is a Jason Taylor. This is a special one for me, but they do have the Imperius version of these available on Shop HQ right now. One thing I like about this is sort of like the engineer style bracelet on it, the middle class. But this is a stunner, bro. Like I'm talking about, don't care what color you get, but whatever, don't matter. Once you get that on the wrist and you on the ship and you got, I don't care who you walk past on the ship, people are going to see it. Because look, first of all, look how big it is. Look how, matter of fact, let's see. I actually got my calipers. I have my calipers with me. So I don't know how thick this thing is. Hold on. We'll see how tall this thing is. I'll get you a measurement real quick. And see, the crystal is actually domed in this. So I'm reading about 17.1 millimeters tall. And I'm doing lug to lug. I mean, hold up, not lug to lug, but the diameter of the case. This is a 53 millimeter. It was 53 millimeters exactly. And your lug to lug is about, let me see, hold up, let me get this right. About 57 millimeters lug to lug. So, of course, this thing is going to take up a lot of real estate, but this was crazy about it is the design, man. Hold up, y'all see? That's an actual gear. And if you know what a transmission look like, once you take a transmission apart, and then it actually turns. Yeah, it does actually turns. And it does have loom on it. The loom on this one is not the best, but like when it's lit for the first few minutes, for the first minutes, but after that, it goes away. So, but this is definitely one that I would say you can't go wrong with, and that's a gearhead. Now, this one is a two-piece, 2-for-1 special. I showed this a couple days ago. This ain't mine, so don't tell wifey. But it is the Lupa, or it's a graffiti. So get a look at, just check that out. Get off of me, don't look at me. That is a Lupa. Now that thing has crazy distortion. Look how domed that crystal is, man. And then it's sick. This watch is sick. Now this is for people like, I'm gonna say with a smaller wrist. If you're like, hey, you know what? I can rock some Invicta, some are too big for me. This one, let's see. This is 46 millimeters across. So it's not bad. And it is with that dome crystal. Hey, listen, this one is actually coming in with that crystal. It's actually thicker than the Jason Taylor I just showed you. That thing is almost 18 millimeters thick with that crystal. It was 17.8 millimeters thick. And when I said 2-for-1, there's a bracelet that comes with it, man. Go on invictastores.com, man, and find these bracelets. They're stainless steel, but they're hydroplated. And I have a number of these, man. You can get them like they're really cheap. They're really cheap. They're fun to wear. They're durable, and I've worn them a lot. They like, even if you bang them, like you have to do some crazy stuff to scratch that off. You know what I'm saying? And you on a cruise, it ain't nothing really that's like, even if you fell on a Lido deck after a couple drinks, It's a wooden floor. The deck is not going to damage neither one of these. And no fingerprints. You don't have to worry about that. This one is a flame fusion crystal. This is a dope watch though. This is a Lupa. This is a Lupa, and this is a Grand Lupa. But this is what Lupa's like, a Lupa diver, what it used to look like back in the day. And yes, real tight, and it's kind of hard to grip. I'm gonna be honest, it's hard to grip. If you got, and I'm gonna tell you this, if you're on a cruise, you got sweaty fingers or something like that, oh, you definitely not gripping that. And then you can still see, you can actually, it's legible. Everything is legible on this watch. Sorry, I got the studio lights is really catching. Let me see, I'm gonna be highly upset if you don't bring a Magnum. Oh, forgot, because today's Monday. All right, so this is for all of my my anime fans, or not anime fans, but Marvel fans. This right here is the Black Panther, and tonight they showcase the Joker. So the Joker version is just like this one, but this one has a sick mother pearl, and you see T'Challa's mask. Hold on, let me get my face out of there. You see T'Challa's mask. I don't have a runner, but this is powered by the NH35, and this one got the yellow rotor. The Mad Watch Collector did a review on the Pro Diver that he got for Amazon Day or Prime Day. And I was shocked to see, I was shocked to see that they didn't have a yellow rotor in this, and his bezel was smashed up. I said, man, Invicta, of all, I mean, come on. The Mad Watch Collector is a big personality on here, and he gave Invicta a try with this style Pro Diver, and it was an epic fail. I was like, that sucked, boy. I was like, man, hey, glad it ain't my watch company. But this right here is a Sabaka specialty. And back in the day, when I first started collecting Invicta, this was one of the most sought after watches at point blank, period. One of the most sought after watches, man. And I'm not saying the Black Panther, but anything that was a Sabaka specialty. Now, this one, if you get it, I know this is 52 millimeter across the bill. I already know it is. Uh-oh. Yep. It was 51.9 millimeters, but I've measured this one before. This is a dope watch. In the leather, and I will say this, the leather on Invicta is pretty nice, man. It really is. You see that reserve Invicta? Got their stamp over there. But this is one that if you are into cosplay, or you may not want to dress up, because I don't think they're going to do any cosplay on this upcoming cruise, but this is definitely a watch that you want to add to your collection. It's really nice. And these if you get these or the DC or the Marvel, they're number limited. So there's only a set amount of people. So DC is always 4,000 and Marvel is 3,000. Now, if you get Star Wars, correct me if I'm wrong, I think there were Star Wars versions of these. I've never seen one personally, so I'm not sure. Somebody correct me on that one, or fact check me on that one, but I think there was a Star Wars tobacco specialty. If you get a Star Wars version, those are limited to 1977 because Star Wars came out in 1977. All right, let me see what Mando. Okay, thanks, Vic. Thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, so here's a wild card. And this is my what I call the Panerai homage. And that is the Man of War. This one, oh man, the studio license is killing me. All right, that one right there. You see that? Yes, and I know, Vic, the date's not right. I haven't worn it in a while. Sorry. Date police is in the building. But this right here is the Man of War. And it has like, I'm calling it the orange sickle. I don't know what the official name was, but this is actually an Imperious version. This was the Imperious. This was a gift. My man John Gangy actually blessed me with this watch nearly 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. And this, man, it's a beautiful watch. It's quartz. You got the date at the bottom, like you have the day of the week at the bottom, and you have the date up here. Pretty nice watch, the 8040 N. Really nice watch. And this is one of the best factors of it because it's just like a Panerai. You can see that. Scroll up. Oh, get it right. Hey man, I haven't worn in a while, man. It's off by a day. It's off by a day. Hey, I got to get out of jail free card with Vic. I haven't used that since 2021, Vic. So I'm using it today. So you can't bust me today, bro. You can't bust me today. All right. Okay. So, oh, now hold up. Let's measure this real quick. Now, this one on paper, it says, I want to say it was 48 millimeter. But let's see. It's actually 50 millimeters. But if you do it with the crown, it's 54.9, so 55 millimeters across. And how thick? Because this one has a, oh, I didn't show you the distortion on this one. This one is 18 millimeters thick. But check out that dome crystal, man. Look how distorted that is, man. Just imagine getting in the water with this, man. All the watches I'm showing you right now, with the exception of this. Now, I will recommend there are bracelets that you can. I've seen people put bracelets on these. So before you go on a cruise, you think you're going to get in the water, don't get in there with your leather. Get you a bracelet. But you can go swimming in these. No problem. No problem whatsoever. Now, I will say, and I never rated this watch. I think this watch is phenomenal. The only downside to this watch is, no, of course, Kokomo Watch Company exists, so I could take it to them and have them repair this for me. This clasp gets really weak. It gets really weak because it's a friction clasp, so I would have to take it to them because I was wearing it and it'll come off. You know what I'm saying? Like if I don't wear sleeves, I'm good to go. Which if you go on a cruise, yeah. But this watch is older too at the same time because it's a period. So yeah, this one, whatever. All your dates are wrong. Well, this one don't count because it's not mine. You try to get me in trouble, Vic. You trying to get you. I see what you did, Vic. I see what you did. Okay, so I have 3 left. I got 3 left, but one, this is a must. Now, you may be able to find this on Joma Shop, and Victor brought this out, this Pro Diver. Now, this is a 50 millimeter piece. This has an NH35, and if you can see, look at the blue. That blue is perfect for a cruise. Perfect, in my humble opinion. Nice brushed, and you see how they got the polish link going down it. Push pin. You have that what do you call that? Scissor deployment class. Now, this portion right here is just stamped. It's like cheap a bit, but I mean, it's cool. It's no big deal, no big deal. But I think overall, now when the only problem I had with this watch, there was 2 things with this watch. When Invicta brought this out, it was $338 because it has tritium tubes in it. So this is a T25. And if you see the number markers, that green, it does glow. It glow. It glows in the dark without having to shine light on it. And the second hand actually has a little pip on it that glows, that actually glows green. It has super luminova on that, but it doesn't last, a real long time. But I mean, it's a beautiful watch. It's fun. And you go to a cruise on those nights where like you go into the club, this thing, that neon light, that dark black light hit it. Oh man, it's crazy. But the other thing is it's not screw down crown. Now I know people like, Semicon Reviews or DK from Semicon Reviews say it really don't matter about the screw down crown. I prefer to have a screw down crown. That's just me. I much rather have that. This one does not have it. And it was sort of a letdown. I still bought it, but I got it from Joma Shop because when Shop HQ was selling this watch, it was $300. And I was like, I really want it, but I don't want to drop $300 because that's in reserve area. Joma Shop had this for like $120 or something like that. So I was like, oh, I'm going to Joma Shop. So I got this piece. Most definitely a piece that you may see on a cruise. You may not. You'll see me because this is going on a cruise with me. And this is a shout out to my man Joe. Yes, sir. This right here is the Ripsaw. Now, Invicta has a lot of big designs, a lot of big pieces. And dare anybody post anything big on YouTube from Invicta, because the only watches that get played on Invicta on Shop, I can't talk, on YouTube is like the Pro Divers, or what was the other watch? It was a specialty. You know what I'm saying? Those are the watches that people recommend. But I'm gonna tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that is so far from what you see on a cruise. So when I went on a cruise, I didn't see anybody with this at all. But the next watch I'll show you is a watch that you'll see on a cruise a lot. You do see a lot of Pro Divers. You see a lot of boat magnums, and I'm gonna have a specialty watch here. I'm gonna show you out in a second. But you hardly ever see these, and I say will be a nice watch. And this one has tritium tubes in it as well for the hour markers. And you see that carbon, that crushed carbon dial on it. I picked this one out because of, look at that. Oh, look at that purple, that black, silver. It's just the colorway, man. And then, yup, super legend. Man, that thing is so loud. It feels so good in hand. It's probably one of the most satisfying things, just to turn the bezel. Okay. All right. So this is another one, and you can still get these. These are still available. Definitely, they're available. You can buy them in quartz or automatic. It really don't matter. It's a letdown without a screw down crown. That's a nice ripsaw. Thank you, sir. This is my favorite ripsaw. Well, it's my only ripsaw, but this is the one that I gravitated to of all it. Now, this watch does have a lot of weight on it. Does have a lot of weight. But I seen somebody like Rico will wear something like this, and Rico got a 6-inch wrist. He don't care. He will wear something as big as this. I'm going to show, before I show the last watch, I do want to throw up a bonus watch, and that is this piece right here, Sea Dragon. And you see the distortion. It does have a lot of distortion. I'm going to tell you, this watch is actually going on a cruise with me. If you see that there's real wood in here, right? And this watch has the Mayan calendar as far as the dial is concerned. Let me get my face out of there. You see that? It has the Mayan calendar. This is a VD53, I think. It's a Seiko quartz movement, pretty accurate. The battery life on this one lasts for about, 3-4 years. I'm gonna tell you why this watch, and I call this a special watch for a cruise, is because we are actually going to the Bahamas. We're going to Cayman Islands and stuff like that. And one excursion is actually touring the Mayan calendars. I mean, the Mayan ruins. And I think this would be a special watch to actually take pictures with, you know what I'm saying, in these, you know what I'm saying, in the ruins and stuff like that on that tour, on the excursion. And plus, this watch has not been seen on Invicta or Shop HQ since 2018. I was on that cruise, and this came in a number of colors. There was one that it was teal. That was probably like the most sought after watch ever, and it sold out just like that. I got a chance to get this watch from a collector the beginning of this year. It's in my collection, and you have these little torpedo tube crown covers. Because yes, you do have function pushers and stuff like that. They're not screw down, all of them are push pull, but those torpedo tubes these covers actually protect them. And this is a 52mm timepiece. Yes, it's a big piece, but this is when Invicta was just being so crazy with, like, they didn't care. I mean, they was throwing wood in watches, and y'all know that wood watch phase where like the whole watch is wood. Invicta said, man, and we're gonna do our rendition. And they put an actual calendar on here, the Mayan calendar, which I thought was crazy. Now, last but not least, thank you, sir. Last but not least, I want to show a watch that I wasn't quite sure about when I first saw it. But my man went crazy for it when he saw it and he got it. Jay Jones is a crazy collector. He bought a number of these watches all at one time, and my man Vic his name is actually, I mean, we call him Magnum Vic. There's nobody else in the world called Magnum Vic. You know what I'm saying? Based on a watch, not the whatever. So last watch of this evening is the Magnum Tria. Now, the Generation 1 Magnum that's a definite. But since this watch has come out, I saw a few of these on the last cruise I was on. There was somebody that saw this watch that was like, yo, I saw that on TV, and like seeing it in person, he went nuts. I took it off, let him wear it, you know what I'm saying? I let him put it on his wrist. That's what Invicta collectors do. He looked at it, he loved it. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Some people are not gonna like this watch, but it has so many different like angles and features and lugs and all type of stuff, man. And yes, I know there was a lot of jokes around the secondary time zones. We're not gonna go through those jokes today. Some of them were hilarious, but you use your imagination on what you think. What you think. I'm thinking about some stuff I saw on Facebook about this watch. Some of y'all are hilarious, but just look at, there's so many different angles and features and details to this watch. It is massive. Let's see. Hold on. I don't know how thick this watch is or how tall it is. 20 millimeters tall. And dare I do a lug to lug? We're at 62 millimeters on the lug to lug. And you might as well go ahead and measure the rest of the 52 millimeter timepiece. But this right here is the granddaddy. And I got the one that has an R150 in it. Y'all see the automatic movement? And that's just one of those things when, like Invicta, when they make their watches, they just throw caution to the wind. They say, hey, man, we're going to go for like the most outlandish, the craziest design. And granted, we've had these conversations. Some of the watches that's out right now, not all collectors are feeling them, you know, and that's cool. But Invicta still said, hey, man, I don't care. We going for it. People buying it. They like it. Hey, they're going to keep doing it. And that's one thing, though, I will give Invicta credit for is they can care less. Now, we had a discussion about this the other day. Me and my partner, Vic, and you guys chimed in about how you feel. But outside of that conversation, one thing you can't deny is that Invicta has some of the most unique pieces. And you can say that they're a homage company. I'm going to say you're wrong. They got some homage watches. And even if they do, got some they're not direct copies because Invicta always do. This is a pro diver. I've yet to see a Rolex that look like that. So that's my watches that I would say, if you don't have it to go on a cruise, you may want to buy more. I mean, it's 30 days left. If you don't have it, wait till after the cruise. You want to save your money for, you know what I'm saying, unless you got it like that. But there's some excursion. I'd love to go on some excursion with some of you guys. So if you don't have the watch, you're definitely going to see some of these pieces, man. So take and enjoy. They will be on the Maryland Invicta group for this Invicta cruise. There's going to be a collector's event where you get to showcase your watches and stuff like that. So I would say for those people that are new and you want to jump in on that one, you are the guys where I would say, well, you know, you may want to bring more than 8. You may want to bring 12 or 15. I still wouldn't bring a whole bunch. I wouldn't bring more than, you know, if whatever you carry on, that's what I would bring on a cruise. Oh, let me see. You got that one also big. Invicta has something for everyone. They do, Scott. I agree with you. That Invicta do. They got something for everybody. They do. It's, you know, it is sometimes it's like, it's funny to hear, you know, people when they have something to say about the company and they don't have a lot of experience. I'm like, okay, I'm not here to argue anything with anybody. I'm just not. I'm not. But I would much rather, if you are going to voice your opinion, you should have some type of experience with the product. I'd be surprised if Vic don't have a certain mag. Shoot, I think he just got. I mean, Vic got just about everything. There's, you know what? I think there's a few that Vic don't have that came out. There was like one of the first Magnum graffitis, and it was like I think he got the blue version. No, Vic, don't you have like one of the older hydroplated Magnums before they were called graffitis? And this is well before they call them graffitis. They would just call them hydroplated. You at 70? You're 70 mags? That's a lot of mags. What's a lot of hardware? A lot of hardware, man. Okay, so anyway, I have posted this. Now, check this out. I'm going to post that. This is for anybody that's in there right now. What that is a link to Amazon. It's a clickable link to Amazon, and that is actually to a blue 40 millimeter blue Pro Diver. It has an NH35. That is for anybody that wants to, like, if you want to jump on there, you don't have to buy that particular piece. You can buy whatever the heck you want. But like once you get in there, that's to my affiliate link. You know what I mean? So you may want to buy a piece, and I'll put that one in there because it's inexpensive. I think it's around $72 or something like that. And I'm not big on telling people to spend or buy more watches before a cruise because that's less money you have on a cruise. That's just me personally. Unless you just don't care. I mean, because once your cruise is paid for, if your travel's paid for, you really don't have to do an excursion. You go on a cruise, you could just chill out. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like, get off the ship, look around, come back home. Because everything is inclusive. You get to eat. And that's the biggest thing. We're going to eat like crazy, you know, and enjoy life. That's it. Uh-oh, y'all. I think we got to end the show. We got, we got this dude in here, man. We can't mess with this one guy, man. His watch is on a whole different level, bro. Like, I mean, I appreciate him coming in, you know what I'm saying? The guy that just runs YouTube right now, that is Semicon Reviews. Thank you, sir, for being in here, man. Thank you for showing us that Alpinist, that baby Alpinist video again, making us love the watch or fall in love with the watch over again. And yeah, I think, you know what, matter of fact, once I'm done with this, I'm going to go watch the video again. You know what I'm saying? Just in case I missed something. I may have missed the detail that you talked about. So, yeah, hey, if you guys are not signed in to or following Semicon Reviews, which I think some of you guys are already, go over there and check his channel out, man. I give him a hard time in the comment section, but that's my man. It's my bro. I enjoy the banter going back and forth, man. He has a great channel. And that's for anybody that just came on. I know this is an all-inclusive Invicta video. And I know some people are like, hey, man, you going to talk about anything else in this video? No, all Invicta today. If you guys want another Invicta video, if you guys want to see another review or something like that, I have some other watches that I highly recommend that you may want to take on a cruise. And if you simply put, this is all you really need. Honestly, three watches could fit in that. You'll be good. I promise you'll be good to go with that. I promise you would. But that's if you want to be a minimalist. You don't want to take a lot of watches because there's going to be a lot of other collectors on watch. You never know. Oh, if you do, I'm going to tell you this. Let me give you a piece of advice. For those of you guys that's going on a cruise, if you do bring let's say, for instance, you brought a 15-slot watch from 15-slot case from Invicta, or if you got the Case Club and you got the 28 or whatever, leave a few slots open because I'm going to tell you what Invicta collectors are prone to do. They give watches away. So I'm just saying, leave a few slots open. Somebody may give you a watch because I intend on giving some stuff away when I get there. That's just who I am. And it's contagious. You follow suit. Hold on, man. I know DK just said something. Hey, man, listen. The day I stop giving you a hard time, you know something wrong, bro. You know something wrong. I love it. I enjoy it, man. I almost forgot about this too. These are on Amazon, y'all. So go on that link and just get this right, man. Look, hold up. That's the name brand. Hold it, it's upside down. Get one of those mats. Get this mat. And I'm gonna tell you what's important about this mat. You don't want to lay your watch down on some of those surfaces, man. You don't want to do that because I've seen it. I've seen people scratch their watches up on those surfaces. Don't just get you a mat, lay it down, and that's not gonna take up no space in your suitcase. So you're good to go. So yeah, and that is that for today. Yes, your boy did I do it in under an hour? Of course I did. Yeah, we at the end. We're at the end of a live, man. So I know for some of y'all guys, I think Shop HQ is still running right now. So if you want to go over there and value pay a watch, do it in modesty. I'm gonna just recommend that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're going on cruise. If you're not going on cruise, take your time going through. There's also other watches. One thing I will recommend if you're going on Shop HQ's website and you want to see other watches, type in the word Swiss and look at everything, and it'll bring up every watch, or just put automatic and it'll bring up every watch. They just added more watches. Shop HQ added Hamilton back. Hamilton is back, so there's a number of options there for those of you guys that always wanted a Hamilton and you didn't want to drop $600 off top. You can value pay it. It's there. That's free information. All right, so take that for what it's worth. And I do know that Hamilton has this, because anybody that bought a Hamilton, when you send your watches back to Hamilton, if you have any issues, what they'll do is they'll take care of the watch. And if there's a movement or something that changed to that particular model, they'll upgrade the movement. That's a promise through Hamilton. I read it for myself and I called in. So that's factual. Yes. And that's that. So thank you, Joe. Thank you. I appreciate you guys, man. Hey, if anything else, man, if you made it this far in, like, on the replay squad, I appreciate y'all watching this over again. You know what I'm saying? Listen, people are watching. If there was a watch you want to recommend for a cruise, and this is where I'm just going to cut the whole Invicta thing. If I don't care, any watch you want to recommend for a cruise, put it down in the chat, because there are so many cruises going on. Everybody's cruising. COVID's been over for a long time, man. We're enjoying life right now. Give us some information. I would love any bracelets. Hey, DK, do me a favor. Yeah, DK, you know what? This is a request. DK, I want a bracelet show from you. And I'm being honest, bro. I want a bracelet show. Like, what should we do as far as bracelets are concerned when we want to change out into something else, man? I love to see you do a show. Wouldn't y'all like to see that, man? Yeah, hey, I'm a fan of DK. I love going over to watch his show. But that's it. I'm out of here, man. So until the next lightning strike, man, y'all be blessed. Much love.